Hello and welcome to our Reader's Workshop lesson today. Today's lesson is Envisionment, seeing and hearing inside a text. Okay, so I want you to close your eyes for a moment and listen to the classroom, to the school. Now, if you're at home right now, I want you to still close your eyes and picture the types of sounds you would hear at school. What kind of sounds do you hear? If the sounds make you picture something, tell me that too. Do you hear layers of noise? Far away, I can hear cars driving by. I can see it in my mind. People driving the cars, listening to music, trying to get to wherever they need to go. In closer, I hear footsteps. I picture another teacher rushing to class, arms full of copies, maybe on her way to pick up her students from art class. In this room, I hear students breathing, shifting around. I picture students getting restless because they're eager to work. You've heard the same kinds of things. What you heard and what you know already gives you pictures in your mind too, right? Let's listen again, and this time I want you to try to picture more like I did. Try to picture what is making the sounds and what is happening even though you can't see it. Okay, eyes closed. Listen and picture. Let's use what we just did, listening and picturing, to learn something about reading intensely. When you read intensely, you listen and you picture. So today I want to teach you that to read well, to read intensely, readers can't just read with their eyes. Readers use everything, the images, the mood, the sounds, to make movies as they read. Let's add that to our anchor chart. So we've already learned to read intensely to grow your ideas. You need to find a book that you want to read and to read as if you were in the book, to figure out the confusing parts, to know important things to talk about later, and to find the flow in the book and to get into the world of the story. And today we're going to learn to make movies in your mind. So reading fiction often means that you're really getting in or walking in the shoes of a character, really immersed in the world of the story. So let's try this out. We'll hear the sounds of the story, see the sights. Fiction readers often read in a way that they get lost in the story that they read. If there's a knock at the door in the story, it's almost like someone actually knocked at your door. Let's try this out with Chapter 2 of Tiger Rising. Let's reread and act out the scene using our bodies to do the work that we usually do in our minds. To make this even more fun, let's have you get into partners and we will take some roles. If you need some time to find someone to be your partner, go ahead and pause this video now. Okay, with your partner, I want you to decide who's going to be character 1 and who's going to be character 2. Decide that now. Okay, character 1. You're going to be playing Rob. And if you're character 2, you are going to play the bullies Norton and Billy. Looky here, says Norton the remonger. Character 2. I want you to not talk, but I want you to show me with your body that you're playing Norton. I want you to show me what his face looks like and how his body looks like. As soon as Rob stepped onto the school bus. Okay, so Rob is here too. Character 1, I want you to show me how Rob is reacting. Okay, readers, so aren't you thinking that Norton is a meanie? He's teasing Rob, and he's probably more of a bully than we made him out to be. So from now on, I want when Norton speaks, maybe he just sound like really mean. Looky here. It's the Kentucky Star. How's it feel to be a star? Do you see how the clues in the text really help us get the sound of the character so that we can literally hear him? Let's try that part again. This time, remember from the first chapter, Rob said Norton was like a chained, starved guard dog ready to attack. Now Norton is getting in Rob's way. Let's make Norton's voice and actions fit, like an attacking character rather than an I'm in the way character. Are you ready to use your body, your faces, and your hands to be your part? Okay, let's try this. It's the Kentucky Star. How does it feel to be a star? Norton stood in the center of the aisle, blocking Rob's path. All right, character one. How does Rob react to this? Rob shrugged. Show me in the way that Rob is standing. Think about where's he looking when this is happening? What do you think the expression is on his face? All right, character two, your turn. Oh, he don't know, Norton called to his brother. Is Norton shouting? What gestures could you add? Facial expressions. Hey, Billy, he don't know what it's like to be a star. Now, how does Billy react to Norton? All right, back to character one. Rob slipped past Norton. All right, Rob, how will you get past him? Show me how Rob walks. Where is he looking? All right, I'm going to keep reading, but this time I'm not going to remind you what to consider what the characters might be doing with their bodies and faces. Pay really close attention as I read and act it out with your bodies with what you see in your mind. Hey, said Billy Threemonger. You know what? This ain't Kentucky. This is Florida. He followed Rob and sat down next to him. He pushed his face so close to Rob he could smell his breath. It was bad breath. It smelled metallic and rotten. You ain't no Kentucky Star, Billy said, his eyes glowing under the brim of his John Deere cap. And you sure ain't a star here in Florida. You ain't a star nowhere. Okay, said Rob. Billy shoved him hard. And then Norton came swaggering back and leaned over Billy and grabbed hold of Rob's hair with one hand, and with the other hand, ground his knuckles into Rob's scalp. Rob sat there and took it. Wow. Did you notice a difference once we read it really closely? I knew the three Monger brothers were mean, but I didn't realize how cruel they were to Rob, or how determined Rob had to be to not cry in that moment. All right, so remember, readers, to read intensely, readers listen to and they picture books. They're creating scenes not only on a stage as you've been doing, but to create these in your mind as you read. Remember, let's look back to this anchor chart. You'll do other things as you read intensely, like that's listed in this chart. But today we're really going to focus on stepping in the world of the story making a mental movie. At times, you might pause to sketch and jot what you see and hear. As you read, keep in mind all the other things in our anchor chart as well. Let's go ahead and pause this video and look at this example of a sketch or jot. Look at all the details in this scene. Many readers may have overlooked this scene. And down here, there's a really intense moment that was beautifully illustrated. All right, it's your turn. You're going to get to try this out in your own book. I want you to go back to a scene that was super interesting to you, that was so real to you that you were almost acting it out. And then I want you to sketch it in your reader's notebook. Okay, readers, remember that reading is sometimes not that different than going to a play or a movie. If you read and you are the characters, you will find clues in the text that will help you hear and experience events and even smell the bad breath. All right, happy reading.